Anthony is in Kansas City. Hi, Anthony. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
How you doing?
Great. How can I help?
I have about $500,000 in my checking account, and I have had it in there for a couple of years. I'm trying to figure out exactly what to do with it. My plan was to use it for real estate, but the real estate market's got me a little spooked right now.
Why?
So, we live in a college or close to a college town, and the market there, they've built so many brand new complexes in the last 10 years.
Yeah, and then nobody's going to college. Okay, I'm with you.
Exactly. The enrollment rates are going down, so I'm a little bit leery of that.
So what town are you in?
I'm Manhattan, Kansas.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yep.
So you're far enough away from Kansas City that you're probably not investing in Kansas City, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Anthony, how old are you?
I'm 45.
Okay.
You've done a great job.
Yeah, you have.
Are you planning to stay in Manhattan?
That depends. Don't necessarily need to. I have a hobby farm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an electrical contractor by trade.
Mm-hmm.
But my real estate holdings, I have a couple rental properties too, but I have about $1.5 million in real estate. That's all paid for. About $100,000 in cash.
Mm-hmm.
$500,000 in my checking.
Mm-hmm.
About $400,000 in other assets like track loaders and tractors. And
you're a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Well done. So proud of you. It's got to feel great, man. I mean, you really did it. And I'm assuming you did all this. I'm assuming you did all this starting from nothing.
Correct. I had nothing, inherited nothing.
Way to go. Well, here's what I would do if I woke up in your shoes, and I find myself in similar situations from time to time. I'm between real estate deals, and I need access to the cash when I get ready to do the next real estate deal. That's where I find myself. It's where you find yourself. Because you're not going to drop that $500,000 into Manhattan. You've made that decision. I'm not going to recommend, if you've listened to me for more than 20 minutes, you know this, to be a long-distance landlord. And so what I'm going to end up doing is just parking this probably in like an S&P 500, a no-load fund. There's no commissions. And just ride the market with it a little bit while I'm waiting to decide what I'm going to do. And one of three things will happen. You decide to stay in Manhattan, and the market gets soft as you predict, so you will not pull that money out and buy in Manhattan. So you're probably going to turn and invest it in some other vehicle, for probably some mutual funds or something. Number two thing that could happen is you move, and you're living in Kansas City. And you've got a great market to invest in. Then you pull the money out and you invest it then. What was the third thing that could happen? The third thing could happen would be Manhattan bounce back. The college market firms back up, and you feel good about investing in Manhattan again. Pull the money out of the S&P and invest.
Yep.
So you're parking it until something else moves, another variable moves in this situation.
Okay.
But checking account's not okay.
Yeah, and I realize that it's been, but you know how it is. Time kind of flies when you're having fun. So.
Well, and I'm sure your bank is reaching out, blowing up your phone with all their ideas and thoughts.
They're real helpful right now.
And Anthony,
Mr. Drysdale's on the line.
There's a
Paul, Mr. Drysdale's on the line.
There's a fourth option. You may begin to look at something that gets to be on sale, where you've got someone that has to sell or is looking to sell, and now you've put yourself in a situation to start to have some conversations about potentially buying.
Yeah, that could happen as the market heals. Right. In Manhattan.
That's right.
That somebody couldn't quite survive the turn, and it's making an upward turn, and you're comfortable with it. That could result in a really good purchase.
Oh, great deal.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. Dr. John Deloney is, one of his 32 degrees he's got more degrees than a thermometer, is in higher ed. And he's talked about with you and I and a bunch of us behind the scenes and even somewhat on the air, that to the extent that because of the student loan debacle and because COVID sent everybody home and they realized these colleges are trying to charge us just as much sitting at home, I'm not getting like the college experience. I don't see any ivy on the walls here at my house. So to those two things hitting together are accelerating the demand for college degrees, on-campus living college degrees. they're accelerating that demand dropping.
Right.
It's
right.
been dropping. We
For a
saw it with
while.
the student loan. The COVID thing has pushed it over the edge.
Yeah.
And so we are seeing some things like he's describing, a college town like Manhattan, which is what, Kansas State, right?
Yep.
It's Kansas State. And we're seeing some of these smaller towns where the economy is driven by college
Shriveling.
students.
That's right.
It's affecting their economies.
It really is.
There's a lot of those around America.